Welcome back to Full Court Press. My name is Jordan DeSouza, and I will be your host today alongside Matthew Ondujo and Alex Russell. In the spirit of All-Star Weekend, we here at Full Court Press will be giving you a breakdown of which stars will shine the brightest and give you some storylines to pay attention to as we look ahead towards the end of the season. Now, guys, All-Star Weekend, it's finally here. So tonight we have the Rising Stars Challenge. Matt, I'm going to be starting with you. Who are some players that you're really going to be keeping an eye on in the Rising Stars Challenge tonight?
So for one player on the Team USA, I have Donovan Mitchell. So far, he's only played in 7 national televised games. So to the average NBA fan, most of the highlights they've seen of him also have come through social media or like YouTube or something like that. So I think this game is going to give him a platform to shine. I think he's going to go off about 30 points tonight. For the world team, I got Lauri Markkanen, also another player on a rebuilding team. Doesn't get much national attention, so I think Lauri Markkanen is a player to watch.
Yeah, I know, especially with Mitchell. He's been really the backbone for what Utah's been doing. I think they've won 11 in a row now. I think they're right on the outside looking in, and they're going to be looking to ride his momentum coming in towards the end of the year. Alex, what do you think about the Rising Stars game?
I think Donovan Mitchell as well. I think it's kind of been the season of Donovan Mitchell
really
at this point. He's leading his team to ranks that Utah has never been to, and I think that he's just on a roll, so why not keep going?
Yeah, he's averaging 19 a game, so I definitely think he's going to be putting on a show for sure. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at Saturday night. Alex, I'm going to start with you. We have the Skills Challenge competition, and the last 2 years, big men have actually won it ever since they allowed big men to take part in it. Alex, what are you going to be looking for in the skills competition tonight or on Saturday?
Definitely, I think I'm going to switch it up. I don't think bigs are going to take it this year. I think it's going to be, this is a weird pick, but I'm going with Lou Williams. I think that he has a chip on his shoulder from getting snubbed 2 times, and he's made it clear that he's still mad about that. And he's just angry. And so I feel like this is his time to prove that he's better than what people have made him.
Definitely, Matt. I know you had a kind of a semi-hot take about this one.
I'm going dark horse. I'm going to go Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. You know, since D'Lo went down with the Nets, he's kind of stepped up and kind of kept them relevant. Not been terrible, but not have been great. Just been kind of mediocre in the East. He's having a great season. He's having a career year, and I think that he come in LA that he's going to put on a show.
Definitely. I mean, I'm going to go make one pick. I'm going to stick with big men here. I know I might sound a little biased here, but I'm going to go with Joel Embiid. I am a Sixers fan, admittedly, but I love what Embiid does. I mean, he's a showman. He loves the stage. I think he's going to relish this opportunity to really show off his skills in the skills competition. All right, and then the next competition we have is the three-point shootout, which is honestly kind of usurped the dunk contest as one of the most favorite competitions for the All-Star Saturday night. But so for my prediction, I think I'm going to have to go with Klay Thompson here. Just looking at the field, I think he's far and away the best shooter. Didn't win last year, but I think I'm going to see a much better performance out of him this year. And actually, one of my sleeper picks, if Klay doesn't win it, is going to be Wayne Ellington. Wayne Ellington's been a very big part for what the Miami Heat have been doing this year. He's shooting 38% from beyond the arc, which is right above the league average. Yeah. So I definitely will not be surprised if he puts on a big performance. I mean, do you guys have any other?
My sleeper is actually Devin Booker. I think he's been in it before. He came in third behind the Splash Brothers. I feel like he was also kind of mad he got snubbed. Definitely. And I feel like he always has a chip on his shoulder. He's a very outgoing player, I feel like, and I think he might take it if he has the right mindset.
Definitely
he
be
has
fun
a great
to watch.
shot.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Catch and
Matt.
shooter.
I'm going to go Eric Gordon, the reigning Sixth Man of the Year. I feel like he's one of the best shooters in the league, obviously. And come All-Star Weekend, anything is possible when it comes to the three-point shootout. Who gets hot, who doesn't get hot. And I think Eric Gordon will come into that competition ready, and I like him as a favorite.
Definitely, he'll be looking to repeat and build off his performance from last year. And then finally, the last competition for Saturday night, the grand finale, Matt, dunk contest. Who do you have in the dunk contest?
So we kind of have a homecoming here. Who has the favorite? I got Larry Nance coming back to LA. You know, he was just traded a couple weeks ago, but the LA fans still love him. I think he's going to put on a show for the fans. He wants to, he would love to be in a Laker, and he just loves the city of Los Angeles, and I like him as the early favorite, just coming back to LA and putting on a show.
Definitely, it seems like the dunking gene runs in the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, Alex?
I'm going Donovan Mitchell again. I think he just got added to it to replace Aaron Gordon, and I think he kind of has to live up to a lot with Aaron Gordon because, I mean, we all know how crazy his dunks have been, and I feel like I said earlier, it's been the league of the season of Donovan Mitchell so far. Like, he's made himself known as a rookie, and I think he likes to wow the crowd, and I think this is a great opportunity
Definitely.
to do
I'm
that.
actually going to be looking with the rookie here. I'm going to go with Dennis Smith. I think when I'm watching a dunk contest, I don't know why, but I think for some reason a more appealing dunk to watch is done by like smaller players,
Yeah.
like guards, as opposed to big men. And I mean, if we've watched Dennis Smith in college and this year, the dude has bounce. I mean, he can just jump out of the gym. Him and Donovan Mitchell both. I wouldn't be surprised to see them both make it to the finals for that. Okay, and now finally, as we look ahead to Sunday, we have the All-Star game. So I'm going to go ahead and give my MVP prediction. I'm going to go with Giannis for this one as my MVP prediction. I mean, what he's done this year at this age, he's only 22 years old, averaging basically 28, 8, and like 5. I mean, this guy's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think he has top 10 potential. But in terms of the All-Star game, I think his game that he plays perfectly suits the style of play. We're going to see a lot of fast-paced game, or the game's going to be mostly fast-paced. He's going to be running up and down the floor, catching lobs left and right. I mean, there's literally nothing this guy can do.
Mine was also Giannis. I think this is perfect
It really is like
setting
the
for him.
perfect game for
yeah,
him, really.
I mean, it's all fun. The All-Star game's just fun. They try to throw up crazy lobs, and he's the perfect guy to finish. So I think he'll take it and run with it because, I mean, you can.
I mean, yeah, if
putting up crazy numbers. So I think
if we
already.
remember correctly last year, he just made Stephen Curry look like a child
Oh,
in that
absolutely.
game.
Dunked right on him. That was
So
bad.
I'm going to go with LeBron James. You know, previously in the past, he said, "I want to win this game." Now he was able to select his team. So
Oh, yeah,
basically,
pride is on the line
yeah,
here.
and
Yeah.
basically, and there's also a little more incentive. The winning team gets a little bit more money than the losing team. But what does this money mean to millionaires in this game? But
Yeah,
again, I
he
think,
just wants to do it for his legacy.
Yeah.
He's looking to build on the
and
legacy.
especially like how the season has gone for the Cavs, a lot of criticism has come on to James for the way he's handled things in the media. But the thing is, he's tired of the criticism. I think this is a perfect game for him to show everyone that he's still LeBron James. He still can do what he can do, and he's going to take home Finals MVP.
Definitely. It should make for a very fun All-Star weekend. Okay, so looking ahead past the All-Star weekend, we got to just think playoff picture here. And we're going to be talking about the Cavs and the Warriors, obviously, because we're talking about the NBA Finals and what we think is going to happen. So after this crazy trade deadline for the Cavs basically shipped everyone besides LeBron and Love, and they basically came out with a basically new squad. Do you think the Cavs are still the favorites to make it out of the Eastern Conference with this roster that they have, given their struggles this year? Alex, I'm going to start with you.
I do, actually. I think making this move, this huge move, I think it just kind of recharged them, and now they're ready to win some games. Finally, like LeBron's been, I think he just wants to win, and I think the people that they brought in kind of complement him really well. I think George Hill, bring him in as a point guard, he has playoff experience, and I think that the way he plays, his really high basketball IQ, it kind of complements LeBron in a way that his other point guards couldn't really,
Yeah.
because they just didn't mesh. Like, it was just obvious. Besides the off-the-court drama, you could tell on-court it just wasn't working. And Jordan Clarkson, big steal, I think. And I think that he contributes a lot to the style of play that the Cavs are trying to do, like the shooting and pushing the ball. He's with LeBron on that. Like, he likes to push the ball and all that. JR suddenly got hot again, scoring
Yeah,
15
JR's
against
back. JR's back.
15 against the Celtics, 18 against OKC. And I think they're going to try and make a run, and I think they can do it.
Matt, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Bouncing off what Alex said, I agree with her as well. I do believe the Cavs are still the favorites in the East. They don't have the star power once they had like the names, like the Isaiah Thomas, the Dwayne Wades, but yet those players did not just fit with the team. Okay. So they brought in a bunch of young players who understand their roles and are willing to learn from LeBron and do whatever LeBron says, because most of the players haven't been into the playoffs yet. They like Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, they've been on losing teams their whole career. So now they're put in a situation where, wait, we have a chance we can go to the finals. So I think they're just going to dwell in this moment. They're going to just soak up whatever LeBron says, and I feel like this team is just a better fit. They're longer, they're athletic, they're better on defense, and they can run the lanes and they can shoot, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. What they really did, they substituted they had Jay Crowder, Wade Thomas, who aren't the most athletically imposing figures, and they sub those out for young guys who really just want to get out and run and are hungry to get some playoff experience, like the Nance, like the Clarkson, Rodney Hood, all those guys. But now, looking ahead, let's say they do make it out of the East and make it to the finals against either the Warriors, Rockets, Spurs, whatever you have it be. Do you think that this team is good enough to maybe take down one of those teams in the West? Because honestly, I'm looking at the Cavs right now, and they look great, but I don't know if this team right now is better than what they were last year with Kyrie Irving. So do you think if they do make it out of the East, that they have a legitimate shot to take down any of the West upper tier teams? Alex, I'll start with you.
I just don't think the West is too strong. Like, the West is just all, like, the Rockets and the Warriors, way too strong. I think they're sound with each other. They know how to play together. They already mesh. I mean, we still have a long way to go to see if the Cavs mesh together. And I mean, they already have really well these 2 games, but I just don't think so. The West is too much.
I agree to an extent. I think they have no shot against the Warriors, but against the Rockets, I believe they could potentially make a series out of that. But against the Warriors, you got Kevin Durant, just all the star power over there. Like Jordan Clarkson's not going to slow down a Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson. So against the Warriors, no way. But against the Rockets, I potentially have a chance, but we'll have to see.
Definitely. I definitely think LeBron's got at least one more year where he's just guaranteed to be in the finals, given that he's in the Eastern Conference. Okay, and now on the other side, we're going to talk about the West. So things have been shaping out kind of interesting in the West. So right now, as it stands, the Warriors are the 2 seed, half a game back behind the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
So do we think this is going to be like some short-lived thing, or are the Rockets here to stay? And how surprised would you be if the Rockets finish as the 1 seed? Matt, I'll start with you this time.
I believe they have enough now to beat the Warriors. They just added Joe Johnson to their team, coming off the bench to already a loaded bench with Eric Gordon. You could arguably say they're better than the Warriors at what they do 3-point wise. Star-wise, no, but shooting the ball and pushing the tempo, you can argue that they're better than them at that aspect.
Definitely. Alex?
I agree partially with what he's saying. I think that based off like a regular season game, like the Warriors are 1-2 against the Rockets right now in the regular season, and by a game at a time, the shooting and everything is good. But I feel like in a series, I just don't think that they could end up pulling it out. Mike D'Antoni's known to just like really use his main guys, and I think they run out of gas really quick. And I feel like the Warriors bench is so deep and so talented, and Steve Kerr trusts them, so he can put them in to give Steph and KD and all of them a break and not mess up the game completely.
Yeah,
I just think
everything that the Rockets have been doing this season has been absolutely fantastic. But I think when it comes down to the playoffs, the game just changes. And for these 2 teams, it's going to come down to whose stars shine the brightest.
Exactly.
And if we look historically, if we look and see what James Harden's done and what Chris Paul have both done in the playoffs, it leaves a lot to be desired. So that's going to be one of my main concerns. And then you look at the Warriors. I mean, they've been here before. Granted, Steph has had his struggles, but still, I mean, even if he doesn't play well, they have Durant, they have Green, they have Klay Thompson, they have guys like Livingston and Iguodala who are so comfortable with each other that they can come in and drop 20 any given night. So you never really know what's going to come down to. But pretty much that's all we've got for this week. It's going to be a very fun weekend for sure. For Jordan DeSouza, Alex Russell, and Matthew Ondujo, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next week. All right. We're good.
Good
Nice.
show. That was good.
good job, guys.
Nice.
Good job. You did great.